Hotfix 2.5.0.2 will be out on Tuesday, and the Bungie stream just finished. So I have a list of notes here and no script to go along with it. You can hear my paper kind of rustling. Let's get into these changes. Okay, first off, shotguns. You have no aim assist and no magnetism when hip firing. They really want you to aim down sights. They also have a significant decrease to in-air accuracy. They want you to be shooting from the ground. They don't want you to be jumping, and if you are jumping, you're going to see some inconsistencies. I never like random inconsistencies in the games, but hopefully that does kind of reduce the whole warrioring, jumping at people, or skating across at them. They reduce the precision damage on shotguns. Actually, not reduced, they removed the precision damage to shotguns. My handwriting's horrible. On Chaperone and Universal Remote, those still do have precision damage. They showed that on stream. But in PvE, they did increase the overall damage of shotguns by 20% to kind of maximize it. So right now, in the patch, shotguns will not be able to do precision damage in PvP, except for Chaperone and Universal Remote. They also decrease the ADS time when using rangefinders, so it'll be, if you have rangefinder, to maximize your range, it's going to be slower aiming down sight to kind of take advantage of that. Finally, in the most kind of baffling change, they removed the movement penalty on shotguns. Shotguns are good not only because of their range. Yes, their range is partially it and the high damage from the Matador archetype. It's also because they work so well with movement in the game, and I realize that they're also having a significant decrease to the in-air accuracy, but at the same time, movement speed, that's why shotguns are good. Player movement in the game is so quick, and you're so able to close the gap, so now you're going to be able to run at people I don't know. I'll wait to actually see how this plays out, but this is the one change that when they said it, I just kind of went, you do play the game, right? You know that movement, you have to know that movement is the biggest thing for why shotguns are good. That's basically what everyone says. Anyway, moving on, pulse rifles. Most of these changes here are for the highest rate of fire ones. So Clever Dragon, Grasp of Malak, Waltz, those three right there. They reduced the rate of fire on those by 7.7%. So the rate of fire is a little bit slower in the most layman of terms. This does make the time to kill slower by about 1 frame, according to them, if I understood that correctly. They also reduced the flinch effect from high caliber rounds on pulse rifles as a whole. It is kind of powerful there because you're rapidly hitting very quickly. So high caliber rounds on pulse rifles will be reduced some. As a kind of a global change across all primaries, high caliber rounds has been fixed. You're not going to, on scout rifles and hand cannons, the problem was it didn't do anything. It actually reduced the amount of flinch that they took. It was a fun little bug. So now high caliber rounds is fixed on everything, and on pulse rifles the effect is noticeably reduced. They didn't actually show that though, so I'll do a video on it later. Clever Dragon and Grasp also had their magazine size reduced. If you ever use those weapons to kill 2 people at once, you're probably only going to be able to kill 1 person now, unless you're cleaning up a bunch of kills. If you had a brace frame on it, those had like an 18 round magazine. That is a stupidly low amount of shots. So perfect balance is probably the best thing that you want for a god roll on that. Hey, glad I already have mine. They increased the rate of fire for the lowest rate of fire pulses by about a little bit over 5%. So the lowest rate of fire ones like Ludmilla, Spare Change, those are going to fire ever so slightly faster now. That's a 5% increase is a very small change to the rate of fire, but it's just enough that it might make them viable. I have a couple of god rolls sitting around that I've been waiting to use. Hopefully I get to use them now. And as a global change to all primaries except hand cannons, pulses, scouts, and auto rifles will have in-air accuracy increased. Fantastic. Hand cannons will still be the king of in-air accuracy. Theirs is unchanged, but the other primary classes have had their in-air accuracy bumped up just a little bit so that you can actually kind of reliably land some shots in the air, and you can evade shotguns more and keep firing. I'm really interested to try that out, so I'll probably do a video on that as well. Auto rifles. Only 2 changes here, actually. They increase the damage on the lowest rate of fire type, and then they increase the precision damage multiplier. I don't remember if that's just on... No, that is. The increased precision damage multiplier is on the lowest rate of fire auto rifles as well. So the lowest rate of fire, or highest, the slowest, there we go, the slowest rate of fire auto rifles are getting a damage bump, basically, and they really want you to hit precision shots on the head. Hand cannons, their initial accuracy is back to what it was in year 1. Fantastic. So, wherever you aim your shot, your very first shot, it will go right where you're aiming it. Hopefully that means you're aiming it on your target correctly. They reduced the base range of hand cannons, though, or especially the higher range hand cannons, so you're going to have more fall-off damage. You're not going to be able to snipe people. Not that you really could, except in year 1 anyway. So you're going to have more fall-off damage. The aim assist isn't going to be as effective at the farther ranges of hand cannons. I'm personally kind of okay with that if they completely remove the bloom entirely from hand cannons, but it sounds like they didn't, because the next change is that the final accuracy is still the same. So when you are rapidly firing a hand cannon, you are still going to experience bloom. So first shot will be good, and apparently if you pace your shots properly, it'll be fine, but we've been told that before too, and it doesn't really work that much in practice. Moving over to my next page of notes, we have global crucible changes, most notably the special ammo economy. You are going to start with special, like you normally do, and then on your first death, special ammo is removed, just like heavy ammo. When you die, your special ammo is gone. The special ammo crates will pop up every 60 seconds on the map, so you're still going to have a lot more opportunities to grab special ammo. That's good. I'm more worried about elimination on this particular one, because they said elimination, you're going to spawn in with special, but you lose it after your death. I don't know if I misunderstood this, if I didn't understand it properly, but we're going to see if this is true, we're going to see kind of a repeat here of last time they messed with special ammo in the Crucible, where the team that won round 1, kept their special ammo because they were able to pick it up at the end of the round, and then the first team doesn't have special ammo, and, well, that just snowballed horribly. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. If it turns out that everyone loses their special ammo after the first round, then, okay, we're all on an even playing field, but then a lot of teams are going to be playing really passive, trying to just wait 60 seconds for the ammo to come up, and no one's going to really be getting a kill. It'll definitely slow down trials. No matter the changes, it'll definitely slow down trials a little bit in some way. Icebreaker and Invective are completely unchanged in their ammo. So Invective will still regain ammo. Icebreaker will still regen ammo. But when you die, it goes away, just like it normally does now on Icebreaker, except Invective, you're going to lose it completely as well. Sidearms are completely unchanged. No changes to sidearms. Nothing. You're still going to you're going to get some ammo when you spawn in for the first time, and you're always going to have ammo for your sidearm, basically. Class changes. There are a couple class changes noted here. As a kind of a forewarning, they did say they are changing Blink. However, they didn't give any specifics. That would have been really, really nice. So they are changing Blink, but from the stream, it looked like he was blinking really high. I don't blink enough. I don't use the blink ability enough to really know exactly what that change was. Anyway, moving over to actual class changes. First up, Hunters. Hungering Blade is kind of redesigned now. So the way it works right now, say you have like no shield and some of your health is gone. You melee someone and kill them with Hungering Blade. Your shield immediately starts regenning, and your health also regens. The way it's going to work after the patch, say your shield is completely gone and your health is depleted by like half. You're only going to regen your health. If your health is at like 75%, you regen a chunk of your health plus a little bit of your shield as well. But you can't just regain shield. So if your shield is depleted a little bit, but your health hasn't been touched, your shield isn't going to actually regenerate at all. This change feels kind of weird because it makes Blade, I want to say it's worse than it currently is. It's a very odd change. If you pop your blade in a group of people and just rapidly kill everyone, oh, it's great. But it was previously great as well. And now, if your opponents are kind of staggered, you're not gonna be able to kill them as reliably. You're gonna have a noticeably reduced health pool because you're not constantly regaining health from hungering blade. It's a interesting change. We'll see how that works out because blade is, in all honesty, kind of bad. The super is kind of bad. I know people will be in the comments going, "What are you talking about? It's amazing." But in the more competitive scene, it's fairly much useless. Throwing knife is not getting its damage buffed. Sorry about that. No, throwing knife will now deal solar damage. So you can complete class ability things, class quests where you have to get solar ability kills, and you could only do it with a grenade and your super. Now you can also do it with your throwing knife. Took 2.5 years, but we finally got it, gunslingers. We finally got a buff to throwing knives in some form or fashion. It only took us getting the damage reduced. Moving on, we have Jug Shield. It will be disabled after the Titan is in the air for a period of time. We don't know what that period of time is. We don't know how that works. The way it worked in year one, in the most initial form, was once you jumped, Jug Shield went away, just like almost instantaneously. Since we have no time frame we have no idea what the time is. We don't know what a short time means. It's going to go away at some point when you're jumping. My bet is the Titans that are really good at weaving Jug Shield into their Titan skate, they're going to still be very good at it. Because all you have to do is slide to break the shield and then regain it. This, for me, doesn't really fix the problem that is Jug Shield. The main problem is that you can't damage the Titan through it. I understand it's supposed to be a thing that helps the Titans break through just by running, but come on now. Like, it can just eat. It can eat a sleeper simulant shot. It can eat a gunslinger, Nighthawk shot. It's a little bit stupid what that ability eats, and it's an effectively infinite source of damage. It feels like the changes they did there, it's going to nerf the type of people that just kind of had Jug Shield on to have it on, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe the ones that were using it improperly anyway. Moving on, Stormcaller melee has been reduced to the normal range of other Warlock melee, so hopefully this means people aren't going to get mapped anymore by the Stormcaller melees. I don't know if amplitude, the thing that makes the melee have increased range, we don't know what that increases it to. Someone out there will have to do some sort of video on it. I guess I'll see if I can do that as well. Moving on, there are some very small changes that they said are coming, but we don't know what it actually means. Like some exotic weapons. Young Wolf's Howl will have the cost reduced. I imagine it's going to get reduced down to 5. Truth is going to have some sort of change to it. We don't know what that is. Shinobu's Vow, going to have some sort of change to it. We don't know what that is. That's basically it as far as the stream goes. All the weapon changes are definitely interesting. However, I think the greatest change to the PvP meta will come from the special ammo economy change. I imagine sidearms will see a little bit more play, kind of forcibly, because if you just want to ignore special ammo as a whole, or at least spawning with it, you use a sidearm, or Icebreaker will probably see a little bit more play. I guess that's why they never rebuffed Icebreaker. I know I'll probably be going back to a year 1 type loadout with Icebreaker just because I hate messing with special ammo, so we'll see if that works. Anyway, that was it for the changes listed in the stream. We will know more once the patch notes are out on Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't say too many times. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all later.